Hello. Good morning to all those who are joining now, and good morning to those watching the recorded, or hello, whenever you're watching the recorded broadcast. It's nice to see you today. My name is Anthony. I give a good morning to all those who are joining. Give just a few minutes so they can join and see if we can all use the chat. Today's a focus called Travel Guide. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA. Good morning to all. Originally, I come from Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA. But right now, I live in Milano. I live and work in Milano. At the Maes School on Via Montenero in Milano. How about you? Where are you from? Ah, Giovanna. Hello. Good morning, Giovanna. And everyone else. Hello. My name is Anthony. You can call me Tony. Tony, if you like. I come from Atlanta, Georgia, in the US. I live in Milan, and I work at the Maes on Via Montenero. Ah, I'm Giovanna from Naples. How are you? Oh, thank you for asking. I'm doing very well. I'm always a little tired in the morning. Yeah, a little bit tired sometimes. But I'm okay. I feel good. How are you? We have a few more people joining. About 3 more people. Naples. Naples is a beautiful place. A very nice place. I know Naples. I went to Naples many years ago. The pizza is the best in Naples. So we have a few more people joining in now. Good morning to everyone. And you can let me know where you're from. I'm very well too. Do you want a coffee? Ah, I had a coffee. I drank the coffee before. Yeah. But I want another coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A cafe napolitano, maybe. Maybe it's stronger. Angelo, hello. Good morning. Nice to see everyone today. Awesome. We have an interesting focus. Oh, he says, I'm Angelo from Rome. Nice. Rome is a very cool place. Yeah. Huge city. So much history. I like to hear the history of cities. Hello, I'm Max from Modena. Nice, nice. Welcome. Modena, Modena. You can get vinegar, balsamic vinegar, right? From Modena. Very, very good. For me, when I travel, talking about a travel guide, as our focus says, I like traveling to different cities to learn about history. Cities like Rome, and also cities like Pompeii. They are amazing cities that have so much history that you can see. I like going on tours and going to museums. You can learn about the Roman Empire. You can learn about so many things. The history of the church at the Vatican in Rome. So many things. Angela says, which cities have you visited in Italy? Ah, okay. I have visited, well, Milano. I live in Milano. I have visited Torino, Genova, Verona, let's see, Venice, Venezia, and Florence, Siena, also Bergamo. Okay, Bergamo and Brescia. I've been there as well. Also Rome, of course, Naples, and I have visited Calabria. I have visited Cosenza in Calabria. And I think that's all. That's all the cities, yeah. There are some I haven't visited. Not yet, some. I have not been to Puglia. I want to go to Puglia. I hear it's very beautiful. So today's focus talks about the impersonal you. So saying the word you to mean people in general, not about me specifically, but you in general. Angela, you have visited more cities than me. Maybe, probably. Yeah, when you come to Italy as a tourist, it's different than if you live in Italy, right? It's different to live and to be a tourist. So I understand. Yeah. So we'll use simple modal verbs. Modal verbs are good for this, giving advice to other people about cities. Okay. Very cool. And by the way, thank you very much for using the chat. You can continue to ask questions, you can write anything you want and write some responses in the chat. So thank you very much for that. It's nice to see it. Okay, tourism trivia. Okay, what is trivia? What is trivia? Interesting question. Trivia is kind of like a quiz. Trivia is details or facts about a certain topic. trivia has to do with details and facts about usually in the form of a quiz. So it's details and facts, knowledge about a subject. So it could be travel trivia. There is also movie trivia, trivia for films, trivia for music, trivia for history. These types of things. FTTF. I don't know what that means. So, false, true, true, false. Okay, for the trivia, I got you. London has more international tourists than any other city in the world. Angelo says false for the first one, it looks like. It's true. It is true. You can find people from every country almost in London. New York has more skyscrapers than Hong Kong. Looks like Angela said true for this one. Let's see if anybody else has any answers. You can let me know as well in the chat. Max says true. Maybe this is for number 2. Because actually number 2 is false. Hong Kong has more skyscrapers than New York. Yes. Because New York, we think New York is a big city. And it is. No, is 1 true, 2nd false. Okay, nice, okay. Cool. Nice, Max. Okay, but Hong Kong is actually, I think it's bigger. It is bigger than New York. More skyscrapers. Number 3. The Statue of Liberty. Where does it come from? Does anybody know? This is history trivia as well. Because everybody knows the Statue of Liberty in New York, the famous green statue. Where does it come from? And was it built by a French person? Max says false. 3. Okay. Well, guess what? It's true. It's actually true. Angela says true. Yeah, it actually is true. A French man built the Statue of Liberty. Actually, the country of France sent the Statue of Liberty to America. It was a gift. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to the United States. And this last one, true or false? You can see the Great Wall of China from the moon. So if you go to the moon and you look at the Earth, will you see the Great Wall of China? I don't think so. To me, it's false. In my opinion, it's something false. I don't think it's true. But let's see what you say. One day, I want to go to space. Oh, we got 2 answers. Angela and Max, false. Correct. You cannot see it from the moon. Perfect. Okay. Right now, we are going to read this dialogue. I will read it. If at home you want to read it yourself, that's cool. Very good. So, Josh and Jenny have a conversation. I'm going to London next week. Can you give me some advice on what to see there? Yes, I was there last year. You must see Big Ben. It's really impressive. You should also visit St. Paul's Cathedral. That sounds interesting. If you like modern art, you can go to the Tate Modern. Thanks. Anything else I need to know about London? Yes. You must remember that people drive on the left in England. Nice conversation about England. Not bad. We have, can you give me some advice? It's a very good question you can use about anything. And we use the word on. Okay. And will you give me some advice on? This is an important phrase that you can use for anything. So, I am in Italy, but I am an American person. You can tell me, can you give me some advice on cooking Italian food? Can you give me some advice on learning the Italian language? So you can use anything after this, after the word on. I want to see. Usually we say on learning. Here's an example. Can you give me some advice on learning? As we see, learning is the ing verb, the gerund of the verb. So we don't say give me some advice on to learn, but we just say on learning after that. Cool. Or we can say a different, a noun, like what, see there. Okay. So what should Josh see in London? Now we have the modal verb should. And it's important to remember the structure, right? The grammar for modal verbs. After the word should, we put a bare infinitive. Which is an infinitive without the word to in front of it. Because should is a modal verb. Okay? And all modal verbs are like this: should, must, can. Words like that. Should plus a bare infinitive. You should go. And we only put bare infinitive. You should do. You should speak. Right? We don't say you should speaking. Never. We just say you should speak. Okay. So now should is for something that is for advice, something you feel is important. Something that you think is very important that someone else should do. Or something you think is important for yourself too. I should do this. It's for advice. So the suggestion here is St. Paul's Cathedral. You should also visit St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay? That's the only time that Jenny says the word should, is about St. Paul's Cathedral. So she thinks that it's very important to see St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay. Big Ben and St. Paul's Cathedral. But she uses a different modal verb for Big Ben. So, when she says Big Ben in this sentence, she uses the word must. Must is stronger. Something that is necessary. Or obligatory. You have an obligation. It is obligatory, you must do it. It is very necessary. So it's very, very strong. Must is the strongest. When she uses this, she says must for Big Ben. Okay. What does he need to be careful about? And look again that she uses the word must. People driving on the left. So the opposite of Italy, right? I have never driven in the UK. It can be very difficult, though. Okay. Then, what verbs does Jenny use to give advice? Must and should. Modal verbs. You must see. You should also visit. You must remember. Okay. Good things to keep in mind. You must remember these phrases. Okay. Modal verbs. Modal verbs are also called helping verbs. They give more information about the main verb in a sentence. Should and should. Used to give advice. Okay, you think it's something important? You should visit St. Paul's Cathedral. But then we have could. Should and could are both for advice, but this is a polite way to ask or suggest something. You could rent a car. So if you say could is for a possibility. So, must. Must is something necessary. Obligatory. Should, something important that you think someone should do. Could is just a possibility. It's a choice. It's not so important. It is a choice. Now, can and can't are a little different. Used to talk about ability. Can you drive? Can you drive? Yes. Yes, I can. No, I can't. So let's talk about some examples. We'll talk about our cities. So I come from, as I said before, I come from Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia in the USA. Now I will give you some advice about Atlanta, Georgia. And you guys, in the chat as well, tell me, use the word should or could or must to give me advice about your city? When you want to talk about a general subject, you can use advice about also. When we talk about a city, we can say about instead of on. So can you give me some advice on learning? Or can you give me some advice about your city? So talking about the topic. It's okay to say about as well. So for you, if you go to Atlanta, in Atlanta, you must visit the Coca-Cola Museum. Must visit. In Atlanta, you must visit the Coca-Cola Museum because Coca-Cola was invented and it comes from, actually, it comes from Atlanta, Georgia. Max, in Modena, you should visit Museum Ferrari. Oh, and Military Academy. Nice. Interesting. So, okay, in Modena, there is a Ferrari museum. Interesting. Angela says you shouldn't visit the sea in Rome. It's very dirty. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. In Atlanta, absolutely necessary. You should go to the aquarium. You should go to the aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the biggest in the world. So they have lots of sharks, and they have a place where you can walk inside the aquarium with a glass above you, and you walk through and you can see above all the fish. Angela says, what could I visit in the USA? Oh, well, I have suggestions if you visit Atlanta, but I would say you don't have to visit Atlanta. I would say go to California. I would say you have to see the Grand Canyon. You must, right? Or you have to. We can say have to instead of must as well. So a few suggestions. You must see the Grand Canyon. Absolutely. It's an amazing place. And if you go, it is expensive, yes, but take the helicopter. The helicopter that takes you into the Grand Canyon. amazing. You have to do it. You must. So take the helicopter into the Grand Canyon. Also, for food, if you go to New York, you have to try pastrami. Pastrami, it sounds like an Italian word, but it is a meat. It's a beef, type of beef that is cooked for a long time. So remember that word if you go to New York. This is pastrami. A sandwich like this. You have a sandwich with pastrami, with mustard, pickles. Yeah, this meat is amazing. And usually you can only find this meat in New York. The best version of the meat is in New York. So pastrami is the best. It's amazing. So find it. Find pastrami in New York. Andrew says, I'm afraid of a helicopter. Yeah, it is. It can be dangerous, especially because of Kobe Bryant recently. I know, but it's amazing. Okay, cool. Other things in the U.S. are like Alcatraz. Go to see the Rocky Mountains in the U.S. Yeah, Rocky Mountains. The bagels in New York are amazing too. If you wanted to have that. Most of my advice and suggestions are about food. So I'm saying definitely you have to try bagels. But by the way, I'm using both of these. I'm using the word must, but I'm also using the word have to. You have to go. You have to try. You have to take, you have to see. So it's the same. It's in conversation. In conversation, we usually say have to, but you can say must also. Cool. Let's see. Nice. So we're going to talk about can briefly. What can you do in Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam, London, your hometown? Or what can't you do in Frankfurt, in Paris, in Amsterdam, in London, in your hometown? Okay, let's see. So Frankfurt. First is Frankfurt. And you can give me some answers as well, if you want to, in the chat, right in the chat. In Frankfurt, you can't go to the sea. No, in Frankfurt, it's impossible. In Frankfurt, you can't surf. You can't surf on the waves. You can't eat Italian food in Frankfurt. No. How about Paris? Well, in Paris, of course, you can see the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is wonderful. In Paris, you can see the Louvre Museum. You can see the Mona Lisa. In Paris, you can try escargot, snails. Very tasty. Very, very good. In Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, you can drink beer. You can try chips, potato chips. Yeah, correct. Oh, can I drink a good beer in Frankfurt? Yes, yes, you can. I think you can. In all of Germany, right? Every city in Germany, you can drink a great beer in Frankfurt, I think. Then we have London. Okay. Okay, you can see Big Ben. You can visit the London Bridge. You can visit the Towers Bridge, the more famous image, the more famous one. You can visit the Shard. You can definitely drink a lot of beer. Can you drink good beer in London? Yes, but not like Germany. In Germany, you can drink good beer, but in London, you can drink a lot of beer. Big glass, like keep drinking. More and more beer in a pub. Okay. So in Paris, I think you can't find good pizza. Also in New York, you can have some really good pizza. In Modena, you can do in a cathedral, but you can't do in the airport. Okay. Nice. So you use the word do. We would say go. So not do, but we would say in Modena you can't go in a cathedral. Well, you can go in a cathedral, go inside. Nice though. That's good to know. No airport in Modena. Sorry, Modena. Okay. So more advice phrases, right? Which phrases are used to give advice? And which phrases are questions? Okay. How about ing? Then we put the ing verb. So in is for asking for advice. Or sorry, asking a question. That is giving advice. It's a question, it's asking. What should I do? Is a question you ask to someone else to give you advice. What do you think I should do? Same question, basically. And what's your advice? So very similar questions. This is it's a phrase, but it is actually a question. How about going to a pizzeria, for example? Why don't you? This is also a question. But you could is not a question. So I can say, how about getting some gelato in Naples? If we go to Naples, how about getting some gelato? Because we know we must have pizza in Naples. That we know. But how about also getting some gelato? Why not? It's a way you can give a suggestion. You can give a suggestion to a group, to your friends, and also no, ice cream is not the same as gelato. It's different. Gelato is specifically Italian ice cream and has a different texture, different to ice cream. Why don't you? Why? If you go to the US, it's probably a good idea to rent a car. Why don't you rent a car? Telling somebody that they should think about this. So, how about this is very polite because the form is a question. This, it's also a very good question because it's very polite because it's a question. It's not a command. Good morning. I'm Donatella. I give a flower to my daughter. Wow. Okay. Very nice. You have a very lucky daughter who receives a flower today. Very nice. So, and then you could is again to give an option. Very nice. Travel guide. It says in Paris to use the resource to give travel guide about London, New York, Los Angeles, Sydney. Use the modal verbs and phrases from the lesson. Okay. So my question for you guys is, what is your favorite city? And what should I do there? It's her birthday. Oh, wow. Birthday, yeah. Well, congratulations on your baby's new age. Oh, I don't know how old. Maybe a baby. Maybe a girl. But older. I don't know. So let me know, guys, what is your favorite city? And what should I do there in that city? You try to use any of these. So you decide how strong it is, right? You can use must or have to. You can use should or could. So try to use different words. To give me some advice. Thank you, but she is older, 34 years. Okay. Not a baby. Okay. I see. I don't know. Well, good job. So I'll give you some time to tell me your favorite city and what I should do in that city. So my favorite city right now is Kyoto. Kyoto, Japan. My favorite city. So you have to try the Kyoto ramen. The Kyoto ramen noodles, the soup, it's different from the soup, the noodles in other places in Japan. It's a creamy kind of a sauce, a stronger sauce. It's very nice. And it's a white color as well. So in Kyoto, you could visit some Japanese gardens as well. Okay. Oh, Donatella. I went in the USA some years ago. I saw the New York City. I saw everything. Then I saw the parks. Nice. Wow, you saw everything in New York. Very cool. So we'll say I went to. Instead of in, you can say I went to the USA. But that's good. Thank you very much for that. For your answer. I'm very happy to see that. Max says my favorite city is Rome. I should go to the Colosseum. Okay. Me? I should go to the Colosseum. Okay. So you can say you. You should go for another person. You should go to the Colosseum. Nice. Thank you for your advice. I would say this. Kyoto, Japan is my favorite city. You have to try the Kyoto ramen. But you could, if you want, you could visit some Japanese gardens. Nice. You okay? Good. Yeah. Cool. Donatello, but I can't go to Japan. And not right now. Maybe next year. That would be better. Not during quarantine time, right? Maybe you could go to Japan next year, something like that. Australia. I have never been to Australia, but I believe if you go to Sydney, you have to see the Sydney Opera House. Yeah. I went to the Statue of Liberty many years ago, but I did not go inside. I think you could go inside if you want, but it's not necessary. You could go inside. Yeah. I also like the city of Munich. Munich, Germany is also another of my favorite cities. If you go to Munich, you should definitely drink lots of beer, try the sausage, and just walk around the city to appreciate the architecture. But even outside the city, sometimes I like to travel outside of the cities to see the nature. Sometimes I prefer places like that. I couldn't go to Ireland, but I can go next year. Yeah. Yeah. And very nice. You're using the correct preposition. Very good. I couldn't go to Ireland. So yeah, that's the past tense. It's perfect. But I can go the next year. Yeah. Very nice. Thank you, Donatella. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your answers today. I hope you were able to learn something good, something new, something interesting, some good ways to talk about cities, and just advice and suggestions in general. But for now, I will say thank you very much. Goodbye to all of you, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye, Angelo, Donatello. Thank you for your lesson. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Max. Thanks. Thank you, everyone, for your answers. See you later.